Hi everyone, welcome to PFA Color Suite. This time round, we are not talking about the AI color grading pipeline assistant. Today we are talking about the manual way of recreating every look and clear some concerns over AI features in our tool. Our sales go exponentially after this. We are hitting almost 1,400 lifetime users right now. Say a big thank you to all of you, the colorists worldwide, and we are growing with every single feedback they give us through emails. We treat them very seriously. Let's go to correction log, grade with AI, grade with AI. Basically, the grade with AI feature here is an algorithm we built inside this button. You will analyze the frame and calibrate all these sliders to move. So basically now we have 17 tools that built inside PFA Color Suite. Every single one of them is built by slider, 32-bit float math, zero LUT implementation, unlike other plugins across the market. They are all building different level of LUT inside their package and sell it overpriced. So that's basically what they do as an industry. For us, we strongly against that. Everything is based on color science, 32-bit float math. Everything is customizable. So you can totally don't use the grade with AI feature at all. You can do the manual grading and everything you can fine tune, and that's the power of our kit. So today we are talking a little bit about CinePulse AI. So how this look generated? Many users reflected why the CinePulse AI result is so different. And they across two different machines, they have different behavior to the architecture we are building this. So it has a learning management system. So basically, as you use our tool more, you have to learn how to manually create professional grade with all these tools. We have a learning course in the description below. There is a learning management system for you to learn every single feature we built in. Once you start calibrating and tune the color, it will learn your behavior. That's why we brand it as a color grading assistant. Eventually, it will become like you and help you to settle all the color grading tasks that you want to do. So you have to use our tool manually in order to train CinePulse AI. That's why on two different machines, they can have very different outcomes. So this is the part that is guiding this. And another part that is affecting the learning is the presets that you created. So the more preset you create, that's something that's your favorite kind of preset, which created by yourself, it will slowly train CinePulse AI to calibrate towards that. For now, just like look at one click we generated with CinePulse AI, the before and after. It's immediately usable. Fascinating. That is so fast and able to generate look. And I can go down to the parameters itself to calibrate everything. And that is the biggest difference we have against other AI implementations where they are not tunable. They are not customizable after the print is done. So this helps you save time, but you can do everything manually. So let's start from scratch and try to do everything from scratch, okay? So let's go to RGB Parade. We turn on the scopes, and we can put it down. Easier for us to reference. Then we go to correction log, correction exposure, correction white balance. Here we are nailing the exposure. Look at how nice the white balance has done. It almost even out all the channels. And that's how powerful this engine is. And then we can go down to individual parameters. For example, now I want to just talk about few engines, okay? But I'm going to talk about only two engines today, the color engine, color swap, color density, and the new tool, color extraction, which is very interesting. You introduce saturation by reducing the panels. And look what it does. It actually pulls the brightness down. So that's simulating the physics of actual film stocks. When you increase saturation, introduce more colors, blocks more light. So this is subtractive color science engine. And you can use the mask system to exactly tell, okay, DaVinci, you are reading the pixels wrong. The red color range is not that wide, only these areas. Then DaVinci will understand, oh, these are actually red pixels, and you can use red density to control only these red pixels. You can control the influence, sort of. So that gives you the ultimate control of what you want the color depth for each colors to be. That goes down to every single channel. For example, I want to increase the green selection. DaVinci know now those are green pixels. So when you make them more dense, look at immediately it dense the image up. Look at just one single tool itself. It creates a very nice richness in the color without brightening the pixels. Then color swap is the exact same thing, but it's in a different engine. You have all the masks and channels there, but you can adjust the hue. For example, red now can become purple. Red can become red, or it can become pink. It's totally up to you. You have 360 degrees. But when you increase the saturation, it's actually brightening the pixels. So these are two different engines for you to control. There will be times you want to saturate and brighten the image, and there will be times you want to increase the saturation to reduce the brightness. Both works. Is really up to you. Color extraction works in a way you want to create color isolation. For example, this shot, when I turn on the mask, let's reduce all the yellow. We can reduce all the yellow to none, okay? We are extracting the colors out of the frame, and by changing the hue range. Look at how well the extraction is done. So now the color only have few colors in the frame. So this is very powerful when you want to create those like desaturation, isolating color, and then keyframe it. Every single parameter is keyframeable to a full brightened original image. So you can tune around with these options also. So that's the fun part about color extraction. You can remove colors very easily. Okay, popping the subject matter is what really truly matters, and you can do different technique. Subtraction is one of them. Then of course you can go to color scheme. This is where you're going to refine where exactly your skin tone going to look at. Then orange is perfectly aligned with the skin tone line on the Vectorscope. Then you can use the color density to adjust your skin tones, etc. Next engine I'm going to talk about is film mixer. This is really, the engine consists of 3 tools: film mixer, film separation, film printer lights. They are there to build a palette. So for example, now I can do a teal and orange color palette. Look at how immediately all the Vectorscope are being massaged to form a normalized line of a teal orange palette. This is what we call palette building. You are actually removing those unnecessary colors and compressing them into a very distinct palette that helps to tell your story better. For example, now I want to create a very toxic kind of feel, so I can increase green, magenta and green. You will massage the entire image in a separate way, in a magenta and green way. So it's really totally up to you and how you want to tell the story, but overall the control is entirely in your hands. You can choose what exactly you want to do and want to tell for the scene. For example, teal and pink as well. Immediately you get a very different tone compared to teal and orange. So it's all at your disposal, and that's how powerful it is. Film separation is once you've done the palette, now I can decide whether I want to elaborate the palette more. So it's stretching the entire palette across the axis. So red and cyan axis, you see everything pops, or I can reduce it. I can bring back the details by increasing other parameters as well. So it helps to reshape the grade you have done for the palette. And for film printer lights, it's about injecting color to the scene. For example, now I want to inject a different mood. I can increase green, I can increase yellow. That will inject a different mood and time of the day. So this is very powerful in matching shots. And look at the production mask. This is basically printer lights with precision of depth map, but without running through the entire burden of the computation power of the depth map. So that is the marriage of both. When you reduce shadow and skin protection, this works exactly like the native DaVinci Resolve printer lights, which is shaped the entire parade is used for balance. But now we take advantage of our algorithm on shadow protection and skin protection. Now is a fully capable separated, isolated treatment on the image by injecting a different mood and colors to the image. And that's how powerful this whole engine is. Once we've done the whole grade, now we can choose. Since we already done so much, my CinePulse AI will understand my behavior and my treatment of understanding my taste of the color, and then it will process for me. For example, sometimes the log exposure is not accurate, I can refine it, the foundation, but it just in 10 seconds I finish everything. Then I use CinePulse AI to nail a look. Look, one click. This is all it takes. If I have to build every single thing, like going through the 10 minutes now, previously to build a look, that's the time it normally takes. But you look at the scope and look at the Vectorscope. Let's try generate look. You can create totally different style and totally different aesthetic of the image based on the past reference I have done. So now this is a professional level of color grading. If you give to your client, they will love this kind of mood and style. And best of all, it's very easy to communicate with your DP, what you want in the image. I want more density in the image. Let's go to global density to increase the density, and that will pop the entire image like a film. Then if I want more separation, or I want different mood of the day, I go to printer lights, I add more green, I get more yellow to get the vintage vibe. That's how easy for you to create the look. The same for this shot, we can reset everything. Let's go to same thing, correction log, correction exposure, correction white balance, go to CinePulse AI, we can generate a look, and look, every single one of the style is different, but they're all based on the past and years of experience I'm using color grading. And that's how powerful this entire engine is. So that's all for this episode. I hope you have a better understanding of what's the brain and what's the engine on CinePulse AI. And guess what? It's a local brain that hosted on your own computer. It's not sent to our server. That is why every single device will, when you train it and use the tool more, your CinePulse AI will behave more and more like you. Because we're almost hitting the 1,800 quota we set for ourselves for the lifetime license. It's going to be sold out very soon. So try your opportunity, use Thank You 2026 before the lifetime is officially over. In the future, it'll be a subscription model only. So thankful. Last time this tool, when it first released, when in 3.5, is only $69. And there's a very internal group. Then it goes to 99, 199, 299, 399, and now 599. But with the promo code, you can have a 45% discount off. But that's the journey we have gone through with so many colorist feedback, with all the ideas we gather across the time. We want to build a tool that is one node, one powerful engine to solve all the problems. And by the end of this month, a good news, final cut version of PFA Color Suite is out. And it will beat all the color solution out there. Okay? So my name is Nash, Passion Fuels Ambition. I shall see you in the next time.